This is Local Edition. My name is Brad Pomerance, and we're in Long Beach today, and we are joined by Naomi Rainey-Pierson. She is the president of the Long Beach chapter of the NAACP, and congratulations, 75-year anniversary just passed. It's a remarkable journey. For you specifically, you've been with the organization for 44 years. I want to talk about the early years, if we may, even before you joining the organization. Why did the NAACP start in Long Beach, and what were its early goals and missions?
The Long Beach branch NAACP was founded by Mr. Ernest McBride. And I am so fortunate that I got to work with him.
Sure.
When he came here, he found areas where African Americans could not live. African Americans, they had minstrel shows at Poly High School where the lady that he later on married would go home to her parents crying because the children were doing plays in blackface and didn't understand. There were no policemen. I believe there weren't many African American teachers.
I want to talk, if I may, about these restrictive covenants, these deeds.
Yes.
Because it wasn't that long ago that they were eliminated. And literally, you would buy a home, and within the deed it would say you could not sell that home to an African American, a Hebrew, an Asian, whatever it may be. And we know that these deeds were quite common in some of the nicer areas in the Long Beach community, Lakewood, Los Altos, Bixby Knolls. It's horrifying to think that in our lifetimes, those deeds existed.
That is true, and those are some of the changes that I'm proud to say that the early NAACP fought.
Here in Long Beach.
Here in Long Beach and throughout our nation.
And then when we think about police, I'm stunned to learn that was it the first African American policeman joined the force? I guess it was in 1950. I mean,
yes.
You were alive in 1950.
I've been inaccurate about my age for dating purposes.
So did I say that out loud? Never mind. Maybe you weren't alive. I don't know if you were alive.
I was alive.
Okay.
I was
but
alive.
My point is that there have been so many advances over these last 75 years, and we have both been alive to see the benefits of them. Is that accurate?
That is very, very accurate. We've made a lot of progress, but there's a document, it's 55 years, 50 years, then 55 years after Brown versus the Board of Education. And when you look and study those documents, and when researchers look at those documents, they say that we've made snail pace. Snail.
And let's talk about that, because I'd like to fast forward to today, because obviously we look back and we appreciate those advances, but there's still more work to be done.
There is so much work to be done.
If we talk about today, we can focus on education. Recently, California released the results of its standardized tests, the new standardized tests under Common Core. And African Americans, the gap continues to be wide between African Americans and their counterparts, be it Asian Americans, Anglo Americans, Latino Americans. I'm sure that causes some concern.
It does cause concern, but I am pleased with the new information that just came out from our federal government. I think that we all just have to get together rather than complain. I mean, I know that we get angry. I know that we get upset each year, or when new tests come out and information come out and African Americans are at the bottom. But we African Americans, and I think all underrepresented groups, we have our strengths, we have our weaknesses, but one of the strengths that I'm speaking as NAACP and just speaking as an individual, we are a strong, bright people and we can learn. We've just got to work collectively on solutions, because I believe whatever happens, as Dr. King say, to one of us impacts all of us. And we just have to continue working together, learning together, sharing together, so that hopefully soon, very soon, when we get these reports, our children will not just be average, will not just be low, that all of our children will be performing at a level that is appropriate.
So what is the NAACP doing in Long Beach or otherwise to meet that goal?
What Long Beach is doing together is, number one, truly collaborating with like groups, our churches, our businesses, the education system, our colleges and universities, to do early outreach, to provide books. The library now has a wonderful program in our city, and other cities have the same model. A child is getting a library card at birth. A child is getting books at birth, parenting classes, teaching them about how to promote education for their children beginning in the womb.
It's so critical. We know that so much of academic success starts at home, and the environment that is created within the home. And these programs surely will help to build that community, that collaboration within all of us.
But one other point.
Please.
I think that a good point is, when there is a problem, it's easy to just point the finger of blame. But if we want, as individuals, to make our world and to address problems, we have to roll our sleeves up, work together. Don't just blame the government, blame the parents, blame the school. Let's get together to work on solutions to address issues that are problematic.
Are we?
I believe we are trying. It might not be as visible or as fast, but yeah, I believe in hope, and I believe in solutions, and I believe if we strongly, as a community, not just limited to our homes or our immediate neighborhoods, but work together. Bill Gates, people talk about Zuckerberg, but
right.
People that are donors with foundations, and Dr. Martin Luther King, whose birthday we will be soon celebrating, said that we all can be great because we all have the opportunity to serve. So I think that it falls on all of us to reach out.
Is it incumbent on all of us to reach out across cultural lines? When you say we need to roll up our sleeves, should the NAACP be rolling up their sleeves within the organization or with other interest groups?
The NAACP has always addressed inequities and the lack of inclusion throughout. We are based, that is the part of our mission, and it's part of our objectives, and we've always collaborated.
I want to thank you so much for joining us, and I want to thank you for really enlightening us about the great work of the NAACP, both in Long Beach and nationwide over the last, over a century. You're an inspiration. Thank you so much. She is Naomi Rainey-Pierson. She is the president of the Long Beach chapter of the NAACP. My name is Brad Pomerance. We are in Long Beach today, and we thank you so much for joining us on Charter Local Edition.